You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. AEW Full Gear is in the books and behind us. Man, oh man, a lot to talk about with this show. We got some ups, we got some downs, we got some stuff that nobody understands. But we got a lot to get into, a lot to talk about with this show. As always, hit the goddamn like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel ticking across the bottom of your screen. Let us not waste any more time. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome, everybody, to What the Wrestling. Listen, man. AEW. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you, AEW? Man, okay. First of all, thank you everybody for joining me here today. There's a lot going on, a lot happened. Yesterday we had AEW Full Gear. And man, oh man, dare I say, I don't know. Full Gear was a good show, as always. But as I continue to say, it was just missing a little something. What is the something that it is missing? I don't know. But, excuse me, to me, it was definitely missing a little something. We had some good matches. The crowd, first of all, let's talk about this. The crowd, we had about 10,000 people in there. That's great. But we had matches that were just bam, bam, wham, bam. Thank you, man. We in, we out. Next match. No match really had time to breathe like that. It was just one after the other. Crazy stuff is happening. And you don't have a lot of time to breathe with the matches. That's number one. Number two, we had some questionable, like the end was very chaotic. And that's fine. I like a little bit of chaos with my wrestling. That's fine. But I just did one of those let's see it play out scenarios. And then I did hear that Darby might have been legitimately hurt. Oh, what a surprise that is.
You stupid.
Darby Allin almost hurt himself. But I hope that's not true. But hopefully he's okay. But we had a lot going on at the end. I don't really know what's going on there. I have no idea. But there's that. Then we have just some of this stuff was just lifeless. Like the crowd was just dead. And I feel sorry for anybody pulling up the rear after the Will Ospreay spot. I used to call it the Kenny Omega spot. Where Omega would be smack dab in the middle of the show. And it's like you want to open hot, you want to end with the main event, which hopefully has the most story. And then right smack dab in the middle of the show, you got the Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, that crazy ass match that's like, oh. Yeah, I feel sorry for anybody who has to go after that. But at the end of the day, good to see the ladies putting in work. Mercedes Moné doing her thing like we all know she can in the ring. One of the best women in the world. And good to see her good to see her telling people to put some respect on her name by that performance. Good to see Willow back. A lot going on. A lot to get into. But first things first, hit the like button once again. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on What the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok as always. Now, let's get into this. So, the pre-show, we had Anna Jay versus Deonna Purrazzo, and Deonna Purrazzo loses in her hometown. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea who this girl pissed off, but there was rumor has it, she had to fight to get on. She had to fight to have the match added, and then she loses to Anna Jay. It's like every lady that comes into this company, they have so much promise, so much fanfare, and then it's like they fall by the wayside. Tony Khan does not like women's wrestling. We know that. And he has some fantastic women's wrestlers, and it needs to be careful because some of these people, I mean, if we had some of these ladies, I would love to see some of these ladies, these workhorses in WWE. I could just like Statlander versus anybody over in WWE. Willow versus anybody in WWE. I mean, it's just obviously we have Sasha Banks over there. Deonna Purrazzo's good. Like, there's so many ladies that are really good, and they're just not getting the spotlight. And I get it, you can't have everybody all the time, but man, can you give us something? Toni Storm, Mariah May, so many ladies that are just savages, and I mean that in a good way. But it's like Anna Jay has gotten really good too, and I don't know, it just sucks. I don't know what they're gonna do with this, but she loses. We have Buddy Matthews beating Beast Muertos, Dante Martin, and Commander after a curb stomp by Martin on Martin. Sorry. Buddy Matthews, good to see him getting a win here. That brother, it seems like he's always taking the pin, though. He's always losing. I don't know. That's the thing with the House of Black. It seems like every time I see them on TV, they're losing. But when they're on Collision or they're on Rampage, they're winning. I don't understand. But good to see him get a win here, man. Buddy Matthews, he should have a serious run with the TNT title if they build him up enough. And I know the brother has a voice. I mean, he could talk. So let's see. Then we have Big Boom, AJ, with Big Justice, defeated QT Marshall via pinfall after hitting the powerbomb. The Rizzler served as a guest timekeeper. Now, please, I need somebody to break this down for me. I have no idea who the Costco guys are or what's going on there. Who's the Rizzler? The crowd seems to be really into this, and I have no idea who those people are. So can somebody in the comment section please tell me who the hell the Rizzler is? Because I don't know. And it sucks that I don't know. I don't know.
Nope.
I like Costco too, but what the hell is that supposed to be, the Costco guys? Because somebody explain this to me.
You stupid.
I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. But the crowd really loved it. And the fact that the crowd was more into this than a lot of the wrestlers on the show. No bueno. No bueno. Listen, I love a good celebrity match like everybody else. But the crowd was more into this than half the things on this show. Takeshita and Ricochet, the crowd dead. Even Bobby Lashley and Swerve, crowd dead for most of it. Jay White and Hangman, crowd dead for a lot of it. So MJF and Roderick, crowd dead for a lot of it. So I don't know what's going on here, but we need to do better. Now let's open with the show. AEW Tag Team Championship match. We had the Private Party versus the Outrunners, Kings of the Black Throne, and the Acclaim. This match was basically gin and juice to Max Caster, and Private Party retains. Good choice here. But this match was more about what the hell's going on with the Acclaimed eventually breaking up than anything else. We did have some good stuff here, but this whole match was about the Acclaimed rather than big move, tag team move, big move. And normally these openers for AEW are hot normally, but yeah, this was all about the big move here. This was all this was about. So I don't know. Private Party wins. Great. Let's remember when we used to talk about AEW had the best tag team division with stacked division. Where the hell is, I mean, between FTR and where's FTR? Where's all these other tag teams? I don't know. We'll see. Nobody's built up. We'll see where they go from here. MJF versus Roderick Strong. MJF targeted the hands. Roderick Strong and MJF had a very, very good match. Solid as always. Salt of the Earth gets the win for MJF because of him targeting the fingers, and he hit the Salt of the Earth. And Roderick Strong had to kick out, had to quit real quick. And after the match, MJF hit the Brian Pillman on Roderick Strong's hands, and he might be out for a little while. And then Adam Cole runs out very late.
You stupid.
It's already over, bro.
It's over.
It's over. You ran out too late, dum. So after the Brian Pillman to the hands, it was pretty much a wrap from there. Then Kyle O'Reilly came down, pushes down Adam Cole because he's mad because he said, "You took too long, you dummy." So epic fail. Adam Cole. It's good to see Adam Cole back, and they're trying to tell a story here, but we need to see where this is going. Once again, more questions than answers, which is okay. We need questions, we need answers, but right now we've got more questions than answers, so we're going to see what happens. So next we had, dare I say, if it wasn't for Will Ospreay, dare I say, Kyle Fletcher, dare I say my match of the night up until this point, TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander. I was so happy when Chris Statlander came back and she beat Jade all those many moons ago, and I was happy that she was getting her run, even though they really didn't do anything with her. It's like they know how to get the story, and this happens a lot of times in WWE. It's like they know how to book the chase, but once the champion is the champion, they don't know how to book the champion and have us care to the point where we're looking for the next person to build up. It's like once you get to the mountaintop, it's like, okay, you got to the mountaintop. That's where the story is. Once you get there, it's like, okay, we're done. But Chris Statlander, then she went heel, which I wasn't mad at it. She has the type of offense where if she goes heel, she's got that power offense that just is. That's why her and Willow are so good together, because Willow's a big girl, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Willow's a big girl. Chris Statlander is a big girl. They're both powerhouses, and they're very, very strong women compared to the rest of the locker room. They're bigger than all the other women, and they're just stronger than everybody, especially Willow. Willow pouncing these little girls all over the place, and it's great. And I think that's why Willow works so much, because she's so nice and such a lovable baby face, and then she'll get in there and beat your ass. So Chris Statlander sort of the same way. She did the alien thing, it's over for that, and now she's just a person. And I like the fact that they have her just being a person who's in there, very strong, very resilient, and she's gonna go in there and beat your ass. But Mercedes Moné has been just, I don't want to say it's a bust. I can't do it, right? I know.
You stupid.
Don't beat me up in the comments. Don't beat me up in the comments. But I don't want to say it's a bust. I just want to say it hasn't clicked yet. But if she keeps putting on matches like this, and then she keeps talking her shit, she'll be fine. That's what she did at WWE. She put on great matches. She talked her junk, and she was great, and we loved her for it. That's all we need. We don't need her to cut the best and passionate Cody Rhodes promos. We don't need that. We just need her to put on great matches, talk about how she's the best, talk her junk, be despicable, like her versus Bayley. She's stomping on Bayley's broken hand. we need that. And this was a lot of that. She just kept giving it to Chris, and Chris just kept getting up. And Chris almost had her at the end, but she reversed it, threw her into the ropes, choked her, and then she put the deep pin sitting back on her legs. And these two ladies went out there. Down DeMarco. That other chick, Camille, we don't need her.
Nope.
We don't need her. Mercedes Moné does not need a sidekick. It's not working anyway. We don't need her. All we need is this right here. We get more of this, Mercedes Moné, you cannot call her a bust. Now, if we could just get a little bit of story to this, just a little bit, she will not be a bust. And people will tune in just to see her lose. And she could have a Gunther-like reign if they just give us some story or give us something to work with that isn't hot garbage. This was A1. Moving on. Jay White, Switchblade, Guns Up versus Hangman Adam Page. Adam Page pretty much attacking the legs like Jay White did to him. Jay White is so good, dare I say underrated. I mean, Jay White, Switchblade could have went to WWE and been fantastic, and he would have been fantastic there. Now, I don't know if that crowd knows who Switchblade is. Now, obviously, some people will, not everybody. It all depends on how you view him. They didn't think nobody would know AJ Styles, but everybody knew who AJ Styles was, and AJ Styles is that damn good. And right now, he's jacked. But at the end of the day, Jay White, I really like Jay White. So glad he's in AEW. I want to see him involved in a story because he's good at everything. Like, he can talk, and he knows how to have a match where he could work a body part, and he is just like the babyface will come back, cut you off. Babyface will come back, cut you off. Babyface come back, cut you off. And then his ending sequences, when in the matches that he has, he can hit that Blade Runner out of nowhere, like he did on Hangman, a reversal. Hangman comes off the ropes right into they had a bunch of reversals at the end of the match, right into it. Bang. Blade Runner, good night. I loved it. Hangman, another loss to the Hangman, to Jay White. So shout out to Jay White. Let's see what's happening with him. Let's see him move up the card. We're gonna go here. And then you have the match of the night, Automatic Don DeMarco. I want to shout out Kyle Fletcher because Will Ospreay did his best to get this brother over as a bad MFer. And boy, he did. Just applause to both these brothers. Applause. Now, I know this is not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody likes the flippity flip on this. Reversal, flip. I don't care. I love it all. I love a good story, and I love a good Will Ospreay match. Listen, this brother can have a match with damn near everybody, and Kyle Fletcher's coming. I remember a long time ago, like a year ago, I was like, yo, Kyle Fletcher's really good. I was like, Kyle Fletcher's really good. Why are they not rocking with him and Aussie Open? And I think this is going to move up Kyle Fletcher. It may not put him in that Swerve Strickland type atmosphere yet. Like Swerve and Hangman, that moved up. Hangman was already there, but that moved up Swerve. Like when it was Omega and Hangman moved up, and then he was solidified. And then it was Hangman and Swerve moved up. Now Ospreay and Kyle's gonna move up. Now the future is in the follow-up. Let's see what they do with Kyle Fletcher here. Basically, the end of this match, the tombstone onto, and I like the fact of what they did. A lot of times you have these huge moves, and people are kicking out of these big ass moves, and it's like nobody should be kicking out of that, like at all, ever. If somebody tombstones your head onto steel steps, you should be done. D-O-N-E, done. It's a wrap. Stick a fork in you. Nobody should be kicking out of that. But they still have people kicking out of big moves. And at the end of this match, you had the tombstone, and then you had a bunch of reversals after that. He hits him with the hidden blade, but Kyle is like, this is not effective. Like he was playing Pokemon, like this is not effective at all. He can't do it. He's got no energy because he's got a concussion. And after that, he pretty much clotheslines the crap out of him, puts him on the buckle, puts him on the top rope, hits him with the top rope like brain buster, and he just even the way Will Ospreay fell, he just hit the turnbuckle and just dropped. Lifeless body. He reminds me of Shawn Michaels in that way. Shawn Michaels used to sell so beautifully. Like, sure, you would hit Shawn Michaels with something and you would think this man was dead. Like, obviously, everybody knows how to sell. They're all professionals, but the way he sells reminds me of when I used to see Shawn Michaels as a kid. Like when he would get hit with like the stunner, or he would get hit with he would get hit with something, and then he would just lay there half dead with his tongue out or something. Like, that's how Will Ospreay sells. He just sells, and he is so believable, so good at his job. And Kyle Fletcher really did his thing in this match. This match was A1. After that, he's pretty much dead. Kyle Fletcher has been elevated. Now I want to see them improve upon it. Let him be a badass heel. Let's see what he do. Let's see what goes from here. This obviously isn't over. This obviously isn't over. And let's keep telling the story. Maybe Will Ospreay tries to go for the title and he has to go through Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher beats him again. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe not the international title, because Konosuke Takeshita's got that. Maybe the TNT title. Maybe the TNT title for now. Maybe he goes after that. Maybe he goes after something else. But the Don Callis family, they already have gold. This is going to elevate Kyle. Loved it. Next, we had TNT Championship. Danny Garcia versus Jack Perry. The crowd was half dead for a lot of it, but at the end, Jack Perry basically is getting rained on with slaps. He comes back. He gets hit with the power driver, and then he gets hit with the dragon tamer or the dragon something. I forget what he calls his finisher. And he taps out kind of quick. And we have a new TNT champion. Shout out to Daniel Garcia. Now, the future is in the follow-up. Now, Daniel Garcia let's put him in something meaningful. He rose to the top. Jack Perry really wasn't doing anything with the title. Now that the Young Bucks have gone, Jack Perry was kind of like, he's in purgatory. Great. Now, give up the title. Let Daniel Garcia do something with it. Love it. Moving on. AEW International Championship. Konosuke Takeshita versus Ricochet. The only problem with this match is it was very late in the show. I would have probably you could have put this on first. If you'd have put this on in front of a hot crowd, and if we didn't see Will Ospreay already versus Kyle Fletcher, this might have went over better. But crowd was dead for a lot of this, and these guys had a good match. Not like it was a bad match. Konosuke Takeshita retains. Ricochet loses. It's okay. He could take a loss. Everybody goes back to the drawing board. We'll see what happens after that. So I ain't mad at it. Then we had Lashley versus Swerve. I fully expected Bobby Lashley to win here. It's his first big match on his pay-per-view. They could have had Swerve win, but it's kind of hard to argue against beating Lashley in his first pay-per-view match. Swerve would have got a lot by winning, I ain't gonna lie, but I think it was the right decision. Swerve could always come back and win later, and you want to have Bobby Lashley, when you got a guy like that, old school brother, beat your ass, powerhouse. When you got a guy like that, you shouldn't be beating that guy light. He should be beating the crap out of everybody. So let's see what they do with Mr. Swerve and Mr. Bobby Lashley going forward. Swerve is in this. All right, let's see where Swerve goes. The Hurt Syndicate is a new group. You don't want to beat them so soon. These guys need to rack up some wins. So let them rack up some wins. So Bobby Lashley wins. Hurt Lock to him. Hurt Lock to Prince Nana. Hurt Lock. And you're done, son. So you could go have a seat in the corner, and that'll be that. AEW World Championship match. Mox versus Orange Cassidy. We had a lot of buffoonery at the end. Everybody comes out, the usual suspects. But we have we have the briefcase getting introduced. And after the briefcase gets introduced, he whacks Moxley over the head with it. And I swore he was winning the title. I swore he was winning. But Moxley kicks out at 2.99999 infinity. And he barely kicked out of that. And they got me. They got me because I thought he was losing. And after that, we have a Psycho knee by Willa Yuta. a Death Rider, and the 1, the 2, the 3. Then we have a potential cash in by Christian, but Hangman comes down, and then everybody comes down, and then they leave, and then Moxley and everybody leaves after Hangman stops the cash in. Jay White came down, and then there was a car sitting there, and then somebody drives a car and crashes a car into another car. They get in there, and then Darby Allin is standing there like, Mox, let's end this shit right now. I was like, wait, what? Darby Allin comes out the car. He's bleeding all over the place. I think he's got a concussion because they said he really was driving the car, which was crazy to me. I'm like, why is this brother driving the car? And Darby Allin is crazy, but in a good way. And Jon Moxley and the crew got the hell out of there, and that's how AEW goes off the air. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're setting up for Moxley versus Darby at the next pay-per-view, but I don't foresee Moxley losing so soon. I just don't. So maybe Darby wins later on, which is fine, but they had a good match. Orange Cassidy, we love him. He's very, very believable. Every time they put him in the big spot, he delivers. But I don't understand what the hell they were going for here. Very weird. A lot of questions. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But that was your AEW review. That was it. Now that's it. It's over. I'm out of here. So with that being said, everybody enjoy the day. Lot to look forward to on Wednesday. What the hell's going to happen? Who's doing what? How's everything going to end? I don't know, but time will tell. So with that being said, I am out. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the day. Catch y'all on the next one. More questions than answers. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.